Hello friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. My name is Crystal, and in today's video, I'm going to be working on my story number 17 in my December daily album. So today's story is all about Christmas crafts. Now this is something that I always look forward to every year with my kids, especially with Izzy. Jonah is just starting to get into the age where he can do crafts with us too. But what I generally like to do is plan for us to do at least one craft every week. It's something that we look forward to and something that the kids just super enjoy. And this year, since I'm teaching kindergarten to my daughter and our neighbor boy, Ryan, we have been incorporating those crafts in our schoolwork. So once a week, we do a craft with all of the kids together. So that's what I'm documenting today. So I've got a couple of things already out here. One is this blown up picture of Izzy holding up sorry, I'm just going to grab that off my desk. Holding up one of the crafts that she had made. So this is like a little snowflake that we made with popsicle sticks and sequins. It was really fun. It was one of the easier ones that we did, and the kids super loved it. Then I pulled out the number 17. I love the gold and the way that it reflects with this. This was embellishment mousse in mother of pearl. So I like the way that they kind of bounce off of each other there, as well as this little transparent circle that I'm going to put behind the number, I'm pretty sure. This side of the page over here is a pocket page that I actually made during the prep party. So this was a project that Tashi put together and then walked me through the process during a live craft hour. There are two pockets in here. The front has this simple holiday joys on it. The second layer was what do I want to say, like an ink blended background with this star stencil on top. And then this very back one was texture paste that was put through that star stencil. I connected them here with some tabs, so that is how they stay on the rings here. And then inside of the pockets, my plan is to put some packets of journaling and photos and just stuff it with all of the things all about our crafts. So most of this I already have figured out. It's just putting it all together. So what I'm going to do is put you guys on fast forward while I get everything assembled, and then we'll slow down, read my journaling, and be done for today. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're going to start by working on the large photo here that's on the left-hand side, because this is going to be the easier part of this particular spread. The first thing I needed to do was go ahead and add my hole punches into this. This is that 6-hole punch that I get off of Amazon, and I typically have it linked down in the description box below if you're looking for one of those 6-hole punches as well. Then I'm going to take my number, add adhesive to the back of it, and stick it down onto that circle transparency. And then I flip over the transparency and add adhesive just to where that number is so that it won't show through. Although learn from my mistake here and make sure you take off that backing piece, because I totally forgot about that. So then I added some additional adhesive on there back where I wanted it to go, stuck it down on my photo. And then the last thing I wanted to do was take one of those tiny phrase stickers and just layer it on top of the 17. And that is all I'm going to do to the photo, because the right-hand side of the spread is going to end up being quite a bit busier than the left. So I thought it would be nice to balance it out with having a really simple, lightly embellished photo on the left side. For this next part, what I'm going to do is assemble together some photo flip books, essentially. So I have a bunch of photos that I took from when the kids and I did some crafts together. I have 6 of them that are for the craft that we just did today, which we'll get, I'll explain a little bit more about what that was and our experience with it in the journaling portion later. But I printed all 6 photos as 3x4s so that I could adhere them back to back, which gives me 3 of the back-to-back photos. The nice thing also is for this one, I was able to do 2 photos that include the one that I made, 2 photos that were for Izzy, and 2 that were for Jonah. Once I had all of that done, I grabbed over my power punch, put everything together, and hole punched it where it shows through. The tags here are the 3x8 tags from the main kit from Allie Edwards. I only have those digitally, so I took them in Photoshop and made some of them bigger than they are in real life. but it does have the hole right there for you. So when I went to punch this, all I had to do was just punch the hole exactly where it was showing. So then I went into my trims here, grabbed this one out, which is like a super dark green with a little bit of glitter in it. And I put it all the way through both the photos and the journaling. Unfortunately, it didn't work to do it that way because it made it so that the photos couldn't flip. Like you could only see the tag that was on top. So then I took that back apart. I'm going to add the green back into my journaling portion. And then I grabbed some red and white twine to tie a bow around the rest of those photos, but loose enough where I can then flip the photos over to see the ones in that quote unquote book. Since I was no longer having the journaling card or the tag on top, I decided to grab out some of my Tim Holtz Christmas tokens, and I added one to each of the little sections of photos. So this is the first one, but I will have two more. That's why you see two more of those tokens out and on my mat there. So now that I have that assembled, which I think looks really pretty cute anyway, the next thing I did was to just put my ribbon back on this first tag here. And then that is going to be the first little story. So the story for today is actually in 3 parts. So there are photos that go to each of those 3 parts, and that's why they are like packaged, I suppose, together this way. So I do the same thing for that green card or the green tag. You can see it up at the top. For that one, I used some of the velvet ribbon from Tim Holtz from this year, which is just like so luxurious. It's amazing, amazing ribbon. I just love it. And then for the longer card, so that card is a 3x6, and I did have journaling on the front and the back. So I adhered the front and the back together and then punched it and added my stuff in and did the last little bit for the photos. Now that I have all that done, we're just going to put everything in the pockets here. So I did the photos on the bottom pocket and the journaling on the top pocket. I have this little piece of ephemera that just says December and I like it, so I'm going to stick that in the top pocket as well. And then that is going to be it. All right, you guys, so that is day 17 in the book, and it looks super good. I love all these tags and textures. I don't know, I guess I was just feeling like I wanted stuff to like touch and feel and all of the textures and I don't know, fabric. I was feeling that today, so I definitely just went for it and and did it. So all that I have left to do for today is to read you my journaling, and that will pretty much do it for today. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have journaling on 3 of these tags that all kind of tell a story of our December so far. So the first one goes to this little tag of photos. It says this: "'Tis the season," which is my prompt for this particular writing for this story. I wanted to journal "'Tis the season." So there's that. "'Tis the season for holiday crafting. From December daily to ornament crafts with the kids, this month is completely filled with all the craftiest of things. 'Tis also the season for all of the messes and frustrations that go hand in hand with the crafts. Take, for instance, this adorable Santa fire truck foam craft. Our elf Mary brought this craft for us to make, straight from the North Pole. But when the box was opened, the foam bits strewn everywhere, the kids running around like banshees, and the pieces just not staying together, I was just about ready to trash the whole thing. But I persevered, knowing the kids really wanted it to be built, aka the kids could care less, but I wanted it to be built. After a good hour, probably more, it was finally finished, and I was feeling completely done with the day, over it. I could finally divert my attention from the terrible truck to focus on the kids and ready them for school, when lo and behold, Jonah comes down the stairs sucking toothpaste straight out of his fluoride-free tube, like a kid sucking candy out of one of those sour ooze tubes. I was aghast, defeated, and burst into laughter from the sheer audacity that kid had to come down and eat that tube of toothpaste right in front of me. Oh, what a day. And so our December crafting adventure was off to a very interesting start. And although I could have just given up then and there, I was still feeling very positive that the rest of our crafty activities would go according to plan. Ha, ha, ha. This, said by the little minion named Jonah. That's like his new thing, you guys. He goes around our house like and does the evil laugh, like ha, 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 which is hilarious. And totally him. So that is the beginning of our crafting. Then we move into the next one. So the next craft that we did is this one right here. So I've got a picture of Izzy making it. So it's that snowflake, and then one of Ryan with his made. So for this one, I said, next up in our craftivities were these super cute and easy, thank goodness, popsicle snowflakes. With a little hot glue and some pretty sequins, the kids were able to make their own snowflakes. It always amazes me to see the differences in art style from Izzy, who is so precise and detailed, writing the line right in between too much and too little, to Ryan, who is always the maximalist, adding all the things possible, to Jonah, who's just a complete mess. I love how proud the kids were of these particular crafts, and it made me super happy when they proudly showed Aaron and Ryan's mom later. That was one definite win for this crafty mama. So that is craft number 2. And then the third one is one that we actually completed just today. So let me grab that out. And I've got more photos from the one from today than I do from the other two, but the least amount of journaling. So this is the craft right here. We made these little trees out of these tiny itty bitty clay pots. They painted them. We added stars. So I've got the finished one, and then I've got a picture of like the supplies. This was mine. There's Izzy working on hers. I've got a picture of the supplies that she used on hers. You can kind of see that she's like meticulous about it. And then I have a picture of Jonah who painted his. We took everything off of him except his diaper. So he basically painted himself. And then there is his ornament tree. So my journaling for this one says, that just left us with our craft for today. These super sweet clay pot Christmas trees. With a lot of paint and a lot of patience, each of the children was able to complete their clay pot painting. Again, with Izzy's being super precise, Ryan's being a bit more, and Jonah's being a bit much. The kids really enjoyed it though, which makes it all worth it in the end. I cannot possibly express how much I love having crafty kids and how much I enjoy connecting with them through our shared creativity. And that is it. So that is my story. It's a lot of I wanted to journal about the experience of crafting this December and how it was kind of like borderline a disaster and at the same time borderline a complete success. And it's just so funny how that works when you're working with kids that are young and, you know, you have this idea of how something's going to work out, and it often does not work out that way. But you know, that is life. C'est la vie. So there we have it, you guys. That is story number 17. Super love it. I love getting this pocket all used up. It did not, like all of this does not add any additional bulk because the pocket was already bulky as it is. So that's kind of cool about this one. If you enjoyed this video, I would love a thumbs up down below, and make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can see all of the crafty videos I have coming your way in the future. I will be back tomorrow with story number 18, which is going to be about our makeshift kindergarten party for Christmas here at our house. So that would be fun. That will be fun. Wish me luck that the party goes over well and the kids have fun. Because you never know. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow morning. In the meantime, I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day today. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye now.